Hello everyone, today on the 1 Year Life Transformation Challenge we want to talk about the secret method to create 7 steps to create an amazing life. Hello everyone, today I want to talk about an acronym known as SECRET, which is an absolutely incredible way to find a path to create maximum value in your life. Now, I'm going to start as always with a quote, and that quote is, in the end, it's not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years, by that American statesman, person who overcame failure after failure, the death of his wife, the loss of 7 elections in a row, Abraham Lincoln, an incredible character. Now, creating an incredible life is what I'm all about. You know, every day I make sure that today is going to be a day that's worth living, and one of the ways I do that is, which people quite often think is quite weird. However, I find it very inspirational, is to head to cemeteries and graveyards. And I often walk through cemeteries just to clear my head and get a bit of perspective. And from time to time, when I feel compelled, I'll stop at a gravestone. And in that gravestone, I'll realise there was a human being who existed at some stage on this earth. And sometimes the ones that have most recently died for me are the ones that are the most interesting. And when it says on the tombstone they died in 2015, I'll stand there and I'll think a little bit about that person's life. And what's interesting about all these gravestones, no matter whether it's a prime minister, a president, or an actor, or just a cleaner, ultimately your gravestone is defined by one thing: the date of birth. So let's just say in this case 1979, and date of death 2015, with a little dash in the middle. And no matter what you think, or no matter what sort of legacy you think you're left, ultimately the way the world perceives you on a piece of stone is that you were born, you had a dash, which is supposed to be your life, and then you had an end date. That's all people are left with. I don't know this person in the grave. I'm sure they were remarkable, but all I'm being told by society is they were just a dash. Now, I think a lot of people live their lives as a dash. You know, they are born, they go to school, they pay bills, and they die, and that's a dash. And I think our job in life is to make that dash spectacular and not take things so seriously, because whether we're a criminal or a saint, we all just get a dash. And we really are in control of what that dash means to us, which is the most important thing. Not the people reading the gravestone, because they'll never be able to interpret the many years within that dash. That's something that I do. I'd recommend that you get to a graveyard at some stage, because forgetting about death really isn't a great idea, because the fact that we die makes this a remarkable experience. So I get a lot of emails on, how do I create a way that's going to beat this dash? How do I go about it? And the method I use is called SECRET, and I'll share that with you today. So starting with S, the S in SECRET is to simplify. Like I said with the dash, no one will know if you had a Ferrari or a boat. You don't need a lot of these things. Getting extra money and extra things to impress people you don't necessarily like or value is really a key to adding complexity to your life, and they become boundaries to you really becoming your true self. Obstacles, if you will. So by simplifying your life at every level, simplify your travel to work, simplify your wardrobe, simplify what you own. I can guarantee you, just like the Tao Te Ching said, more really is less. And as you simplify, you create space in your life for new and better things to come in, which can be extraordinary. Simplifying your life is a lesson that's been taught by all great spiritual leaders, and now is being understood by business. When I was running some major companies, I remember we used to laugh at Apple, because they'd have a giant billboard and it would be just a simple picture of an iPhone, and we'd laugh because we'd say, you could use that billboard for much more. But what Apple understood is just needs to be simple, and people will love it. People love simple things, they really do. The more complex a thing is, the more likely it is to fail. So keep your system simple and keep everything you do simple. Now the E in SECRET stands for effort. If it's your life, and I can guarantee you it's worth the effort. It's worth every single second of effort. So you're going to need to put in order to get out. But I can guarantee you there's no better investment than yourself, so that you'll need effort in order to make your life the way you want it to be. The C is to create priorities. You cannot be all things to all people. Once you simplify your life and put some effort in, your priorities become much clearer. I have a video on the 5 number 1 deathbed regrets, and that is a fantastic way to get your priorities right. And just to summarize that video, it's spending more time with your family, spending less time at work, chasing money less, and probably the most important thing, allowing yourself to be happy. So anything that falls outside those priorities should be a bonus. Shouldn't be something that you're focused on. Trust me, bills, problems, these things will come into your life anyway, so don't focus on them. Simply create priorities about your health, your relationships, and your happiness. Anything outside of that, let other people deal with. R in secret stands for reserves, energy reserves. We all need downtime, we all need space, and creating that space is really, really important. A lot of the world's greats, and when I talk about creating space and reserves, you don't create space or get energy reserves by sitting down watching TV and eating junk food. That diminishes. That's harder than work, is the way your body sees it. Doing an activity like, for example, your favourite sport, perhaps reading a book, going somewhere into nature, or better yet meditating, are the sort of things that can really re-energise you. I know what you're thinking. Going to the gym, for example, doesn't sound like a great way to rebuild your reserves until you do it. And I can guarantee you that when I go to the gym, even when I'm too tired, I come back feeling like I have more energy than I did before I left. Sounds counterintuitive, but building your reserves is a great way to keep in check with your energy levels to create the life that you want. The E in secret stands for eliminate distractions. I can tell you that I know for a fact that the difference between a productive day and a non-productive day is how often I check my phone. These sort of distractions like email and phone that are unnecessary really drive you off course. And once you remove your attention, it takes a lot of energy to bring your attention back to your task that's important. So you become tired, and before you know it, you end up just getting stuck on that particular distraction. Life is not about distractions. You need to decide on your purpose. Distractions are generally external, and you can't allow external factors to run your life. The T stands for thought. This is key. Change your thoughts and change your reality. There is no problem outside of thought. That's something you'll hear me say quite often. Your thoughts will dictate how your emotions work and how your brain releases the chemicals and how you feel. Understand that your thoughts are not you, and that you are happy at an internal level, and your thoughts are just simply, perspectives or even subtext or teletext on the video screen of life, and you won't allow them to dictate your life. So many people recycle thoughts that get in the way of them living their lives. They're not good enough. Someone, doesn't believe in them, or, they've failed before. Those thoughts are just not relevant. You don't bring them into the present. They belong in the past. And the S in secrets is start. Ultimately, you need to start. And what better time to start than right now? You're watching this video for a reason. Taking action outside of this video is really important. And starting is so, so important. In fact, the old quote, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly, is also a great quote to approach this with. Don't try and be perfect. Think about how to simplify your life, what sort of effort you're willing to create, the priorities that you will now choose, how you'll get your energy and your reserves, how you eliminate distractions, how you'll tackle thoughts, and when you will start, which is now. You can go through many of my videos on these other areas on how to improve. Starting is the key thing. If you'd like daily advice or tips, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and constantly I'll be there to provide a positive message in a world that sometimes doesn't deliver a lot of positive messages. But I'm enjoying being on this 1 year life transformation challenge with you. I know we've just started, we've got a long way to go, but it's exciting, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye. Hello everyone. Jump on YouTube and become a subscriber for special features that are unlocked once you click the subscribe button. Audio books, novels, a whole collection of information that isn't available on Facebook or Twitter is available for you as a subscriber on YouTube. So jump on now.